Peace and blessings, y'all. It's your girl, Elisha, aka Punisher, aka Lisa Moore. I just want to do a quick video to, one, give some encouragement, two, update you on what I'm doing, if you care, and three, to address like an issue that I keep running across. So for one, the encouragement is, and I guess it kind of ties into the issue I've been running into. I just want to encourage everybody to be you. And when I say that, I mean, don't compare yourself to anyone or allow anyone else to compare you to anyone. I'm always hearing and like doing what I'm doing, which is essentially bodybuilding. And to be honest with you, I think people don't really pay attention to the words that they use sometimes. I'm probably a little bit more into being very specific and clear with my words. But when you say you're building a body, even if you're just going in and trying to lose weight, you're kind of building a body, because I guess you could say, use the word changing your body or sculpting it, but you're building something different. You're tearing down some, even when you build, sometimes they have to demolish things. If you want to clear out an area and rebuild something in one location, you'd have to demolish, do demolition, and get rid of what's there and replace it with something else. If you go into a gym and you're walking on a treadmill, you're doing whatever, you know, you're doing some curls, some dumbbells or whatever, you're getting rid of fat and you're building muscle. It's kind of inevitable. You're gonna do it because that's just what happens. Whatever you start to do some kind of stressful activities to your body, you're gonna build some kind of muscle. Some people do it more purposefully than others. Some people try to get bigger muscles, and some people just want to tone up, like they say. But you're doing some kind of body building. You're building a new body. So you're creating a new body. Maybe that's a better word. But I just want to address this thing where people are saying, I don't want to look like a man, and I don't want to get bulky, and you know, or they'll say don't get too big, or don't lose your curves. First of all, the whole looking like a man thing, I don't even know what that means. That doesn't even register with me, because last time I checked, I have a vagina, and a lot of these people you'll see that are what they consider bodybuilders or muscular women, they have vaginas. I don't care what your opinion is. The fact is that person has a vagina. They are labeled the gender female or woman. So if a woman, or the gender, or the being, or whatever you want to call it, that decides to go out and lift some weights, tax their muscles, break them down, and subsequently when they rest, the muscles repair themselves, which causes hypertrophy, which causes bigger muscles, that's a woman with muscles. It is not a woman trying to be a man or looking like a man or none of that. That is the most idiotic crap I've ever heard in my life. What it boils down to is preference. If you don't like muscular women, don't date, marry, kick it with, associate with, sleep with, whatever, muscular women. There are plenty of other types of women walking the planet that you can enjoy, look at, spend time with, all those things. To break down or destroy a person because they want to create a more muscular physique is the most childish thing I've ever heard in my life. I mean, it all goes back to that saying that hopefully most of our mamas told us: if you don't have nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all. You know, it really irritates me, and maybe more so hurts me. And not me personally, because I don't care. I'm gonna look how I want to look, because I have to sleep. I have to go to bed at night. I have to feed myself. I have to be with me 24/7. I'm gonna be happy with what I look like. I don't care what anybody else thinks. And there was a time that I did care, and I do not anymore. And it is very freeing not to care what another person thinks about you. And we're not talking about being rude or evil or disrespectful to other people. I'm talking about doing stuff that has nothing to do with you. And I know for a fact there are plenty of people who like muscular women. So, I mean, if one person liked it, me, that would be enough. So, you know, getting back to what I was saying, it really irritates me that no one thinks about, I've seen lots of stories, and there's a lot of people on Facebook and YouTube and other medias or social medias that actually share with you their stories. They'll share with you they were at one time depressed, one time in an abusive relationship, one time had no self-esteem, at one time felt like they had no worth at all. And they'll say that by losing weight and lifting weights, getting more toned and tightened and getting a different physique and going and entering contests and winning awards and things like that, that they've developed a platform or a foundation of wonderful self-esteem and self-worth and something to build on, spiritually, mentally, physically, all that, good health, all these things. It appalls me that the only thing people can see is how you look. They don't think about how you got to where you are, the hard work that it took for you to achieve what you have. I don't care what it looks like. It's easy to not work out, to gain weight, to be healthy. It's easy to do the downward spiral because it's down and it's going with the flow. Most things naturally flow downward or fall downward more easily. It takes effort to climb back up or to climb out of something or to move towards something that's going against the grain. So why in the world wouldn't you applaud someone who has found something that brings them joy and makes them happy and is causing to be a more balanced and a more fulfilled human being? That's crazy to me that you even have a stupid comments. But you know what I've learned? The people who are sitting around saying, you don't look good, you don't look feminine anymore, or whatever. Hey, they got problems with themselves. And I'm telling you, a lot of these little sayings you'll hear, they're very true if you really think about them. It's a projection of how they feel about themselves, a reflection of how they feel about themselves. It's not you. And hey, I get that now, totally. But for all those that don't get it, please take that in consideration before. And even women themselves. And the reason why I'm focusing on women is because I am a woman, mostly. And when I say mostly, if you read in my Facebook post, I don't get into all this gender roles and gender foolishness. That because I have this body, I have to act a certain way or be a certain way. I'm trying to figure out where this stuff comes from. Why do I have to act that way or do a certain thing or be a certain way? Because of the shell that I'm in. But that's a lot of deeper topics, so I won't go there. But I firmly believe we are both. And that if you are incarnated, manifest, whatever in this planet, as a male or a female, mainly a male or a female, that just means you have something to learn about the opposite gender. If you're female, I have something to learn about masculine energy. Really not even the gender. We are not our bodies. And, that's something that I've grown to learn, and things that I've sat and meditated on and pondered and researched and did all this stuff, and that's my conclusion. I invite you to find your own conclusion, but what everything boils down to is love and respect for everyone else. To sit around saying that, someone looks like a man or they're not feminine, what does that mean? See, when you say something, you should think about what it means. What does it mean to be feminine? Is feminine a look? Is feminine a mannerism? Is femininity an energy? And then if it is, who says? And who defines it? And is the look that we is the label that we placed on this look or this energy or whatever, is that actually reality? These are just things you should think about. I'm not telling you what to think or what to do. Just think about it, you know. It's always good to question the status quo and question what you think you know. So anyway, it's my little rant. Don't do that. Don't tell people they look like men because they want to be muscular, they want to do whatever. Applaud someone's efforts. If you don't like it, you don't have to look at it. You don't have to say anything. If anything, just go away. Turn the other way. Just don't do anything. That would be useful. But anyway, as far as me, I am back on raw vegan. Why? Because I've been knowing this, but that's what I have to do. I have to do the most. When I say the most, I have to do the thing that is going to cause me to be in my peak shape. Let me see how to put this. I feel like it's required of me, probably by me, to do the most that I can do to affect the most people. And when I say that, I guess I mean I feel like I need to be a light. Not by doing the very best things that I can do for me. So I've already done all this research on food and what to eat and what not to eat, and I know too much to go backwards. You know, most people say veganism is, whoa, that's way up there. But I even know the limits of cooked foods and cooked veganism, I guess. I'm gonna have to do what I know to be the absolute best. And also, I'm trying to break a lot of stereotypes or preconceived notions, especially the notion that you have to eat meats in order to build any kind of good muscle base. I'm gonna prove you wrong. That's all I got to say about that. I'm going to show you that that is not so. It's based off a very simple premise. If you think about it, and like I said, think about the things that you've been taught. Think about the things that you think you know. One, think about gorillas. I want you to do some Googling. Get off Facebook for a while. Google. And see that gorillas don't eat meat. Now you tell me who you want to meet in the alley or a dark alley. A gorilla or even the Kai Green. You don't know who that is? Look it up. Kai Green's a man. Just so you know. I'm just saying. Who am I more afraid of? Who am I thinking is gonna tear me to pieces? So, and they don't eat meat. The gorillas don't. Kai Green does. Nothing against Kai Green at all. But just want you to start challenging what you think you know about certain things, and that's if you even care. So, that's part of one of the things I'm gonna do. I'm gonna prove. And then, you know, just for the record, I've been a vegetarian for 4 years. And vegan, and I'm talking about I've been on and off vegan, but strictly vegan, I have been since, let's see, 5 months. 5 months. So, you know, haters always want to come through and say, well, hey, you might have built all that muscle while you were still eating meat, and now you've changed to vegetarianism or veganism. So that's not going to be the case for me. So we got me saying on 4/24/2013, I've been a vegan strict vegan for 5 months, and before that, vegetarian. So you could say, oh, we should got us protein from our eggs and cheese and all that. I wouldn't. Well, I was eating cheese. I was eating cheese on like veggie pieces and stuff. I wasn't drinking milk or anything like that because I stopped drinking milk a long time ago. So that's kind of what's going on with me. I'm doing some, I guess what you would call, everybody likes labels. Some give you a label. High volume training. A good way to explain what it is, if you want to look it up, is German volume training, which I was already doing, and I didn't have a name for it. My good friend, trainer online, told me, kind of put me on to like the 100 rep deal, where you just basically do 100 reps of whatever exercise you do. German volume training is pretty much the same thing. 10 reps, 10 sets, that's 100. So, I just kind of put a name to it. It's not really that different. I don't think I'm doing the right weights. I'm doing too much weight according to the German volume training program. But I don't care. I'm going to do what works for me. So I just go in, do what I can till I cannot push it anymore. That's how I train. And my mentality is, you got these little memes that are saying train insane or remain the same. Well, there you go. That's what I'm going to do. And I have seen big changes. I had taken a little break because mentally drained, not from the working out, but other things going on, which you probably don't care about. If you do, I'd be more than happy to share with you. Send me an inbox on Facebook, I'll tell you. I'm pretty much an open book. My whole goal is to help people in whatever area of your life there it may be. So I don't really hold back much. So what was the other thing I said I was gonna talk about? I guess I said encouragement, and then the a little rant that I had. So let me give a little side encouragement. Do you compare yourself to no one, and don't give up. I mean, I had a sister on Facebook this morning asked me about what I was doing, and they made the comment that they didn't want to look like a man. That is ridiculous. Like I was saying earlier, you look like you, and you are the only you that exists, and you should be the best you that you can be. If you pick up a weight and you happen to get a muscle, that's your muscle. That's not a man's muscle. That's your muscle. It's not even a woman's muscle. It's you. So do you. Do not compare yourself to anyone else. Do not allow anyone else to belittle you. Think for yourself. The same person also said society's definition. I asked her, what is looking, I was like, I don't even understand what looking like a man. What does that mean? If I'm a woman, like I say, I have a vagina, I lift some weights, I get some muscles, I'm me with muscle. I am not a man. I don't look like a man. I am not a man. I am still me. I am Lisa Moore with muscles, and that's it. There's nothing more, nothing less. It's me. So she made the comment, society's definition. I'm like, okay, did you hear what you just said? Society's definition. What does society have to do with you? Are we going to live our lives based off of what society thinks? And who is society? I mean, give me some names and some numbers and some addresses so I can sit down and talk with society. I don't care about society. I care about me. I care about what makes me happy and what I'm going to do. So that's my encouragement to you. Do you compare yourself to none and be the greatest version of you that you can be. And with that, peace and blessings. Hope everybody's well and happy, and everybody continues walking down this path and striving towards, like I said, being the best version of you that you can be. Peace and blessings, y'all.